this is Maryam from Crochet Chillpill, and today we're going to make a beautiful foam bag by using leftover yarns. At first I make 4 motifs and then join them together to cover the foam. 2.5mm crochet hook, yarn needle and scissors. So let's get started. To begin, make a magic ring like this. Take this tail in your hand, cross it over your 2 fingers, make a cross. Take the other strand in your hand. Now insert your hook like this. Insert your hook from the right side, pull the left side, pull the left yarn, twist it, make a chain by taking the left strand. This is for right-handed people. You left-handed guys, do it vice versa. Make 3 chains and it counts as the first double crochet. Make 2 more double crochets inside the ring. Here's the second one, second double crochet, and here's the third one. Now chain 2, make 3 more double crochets inside the ring. And repeat it 2 more times. We should have 4 groups of 3 double crochets with 2 chains in between each group. At the end of the row, chain 2 and make a slip stitch into the third chain of those 3 chains that we made at the beginning of the row. Then chain 1 and cut the yarn. Chain 1. Now I want to cut the yarn. You can do it with one color. I want to change my colors during the work. And then hide the tails at the back of your work back and forth. If you want to close the ring so tight, pull this tail tight, and if you don't want, you can pull it loosely. It depends on you. And then hide it back and forth. So I hid the tails and we want to start round 2. Insert your hook into one of those chain 2 spaces, take your yarn, pull it through like this and chain 3. That counts as 1 double crochet. 1, 2 and 3. Make 2 more double crochets inside the ring. 1 and 2. Chain 2, 1, 2, and make 3 more double crochets into the same space. Chain 1 and into the next chain 2 space, make 3 double crochets, chain 2, 3 double crochets, and repeat this to the end. And at the end, make a slip stitch into the third chain of those 3 chains that you made at the beginning of row 2, and then chain 1 and cut the yarn. For row 3, I made a slip knot with my next color. Insert your hook into one of those chain 2 spaces. Take your next color and pull it through. Take this short tail. Chain 3. That counts as 1 double crochet. 1, 2 and 3. Make 2 more double crochets into the same space. 1 and 2. Chain 2 and make 3 more double crochets into the same space. 1, 2 and 3. Chain 1, 3 double crochets into the next chain 1 space. 1, here's 2 and 3. Chain 1, into the next chain 2 space, make 3 double crochets, chain 2, 3 double crochets, and repeat this process till the end. So I finished row 3. I want to make the next row with the same color. You can make your motif any size that you want by adding more rows to it, and I want to make it as big as it covers the back and front of my phone. To begin the next row with the same color, we should reach this chain 2 space. So make a slip stitch into the next double crochet, into the second one actually, and into the third one, and into the chain 2 space like this. Now chain 3, 1, 2, 3, that counts as a double crochet. Make 2 more double crochets, chain 2, 3 more double crochets into the same space, chain 1, make 3 double crochets into the next chain 1 space, and then chain 1 again, make 3 double crochets into the next chain 1 space, and then chain 1, make 3 double crochets, chain 2, 3 double crochets into the next chain 2 space. And repeat this process to the end of the row. So I want to finish at the end of row 4. I cut the yarn without making a slip stitch. Pull it out and thread your needle with this yarn like this, and thread my needle. Find the third chain and insert your needle from the back side of your third chain in both loops, and pull it out, and then insert your hook into the back loop of your chain, of your last chain that you made like this, and this way you make something like a stitch. And at the back of your work, hide the tail. First I make a knot to tighten it, then hide your tail at the back of your work, back and forth. So this is how it looks like, and I need to make 3 more motifs to cover the front and the back of my phone. You can make as many motifs as you need. For example, I need to make 2 motifs to cover the front side of the phone, and I should make 2 motifs to cover the back side of my phone. I made all my 4 motifs, and if you see the color changes because I ran out of my yarns. We should shape something like this, as you can see in this video. Bloopers. To connect them together, this is my 2 motifs that I want to cover the front part of my phone. So I place them face to face. This is the front and this is the front. Front sides facing each other and the back side facing you and your background. Insert your hook into the chain 2 space of both motifs facing each other, and then take your yarn that you want to make the edging with and pull it through. Take the short tail and chain 1 to secure. And if you look carefully, every stitch has a front and a back loop and makes a V shape. Insert your hook into the front loop of the stitch right after chain 2 space of the front motif, right here, and into the back loop of the back motif, like this, and make a slip stitch. Again, into the front loop of the front motif, like this, and into the back loop of the back motif, right here, and make a slip stitch. Continue until you reach the chain 1 space. When you reach the chain 1 space, you can join them using the front loop of the front motif and the back loop of the back motif, but I do it inside the chain 1 space. And continue making slip stitches until you finish this side of your motifs. And when you reach the chain 2 space at the edge, you can make a slip stitch inside the chain 2 space, or you can do it into the front and back loop, like the chain 1 space that I've just explained. So at the end, chain 1 and cut the yarn. And join those other 2 motifs the same way. This is how it looks like. And then hide this tail at the back of your work. To hide the tails, thread your needle like this and start hiding your tails the way I show you. We should do it back and forth to make it secure. So I finished connecting my motifs 2 by 2. Now we want to join them together. Put them like this. And we should join 3 sides together. And we should keep one side unattached. Choose one side that you want to keep for the opening. And then we connect all those 3 sides together. Place them back to back like this. The front should be facing you. Insert your hook into one of those chain 2 spaces. Take your yarn that you want to use for connecting and edging. Pull it through and take the short tail. Chain 1 to secure. And make 1 single crochet into the same space. And take this short tail with your line to hide it. Now insert your hook into the first stitch right after the chain 2 space in both sides of your motifs. There are 3. Put it in the first one and the first one of the back motif. Make a single crochet like this and connect them 2 by 2. When you reach the chain 1 space, you can connect them inside the chain 1 spaces or into the both loops of your chain 1 spaces. I treat these chain 1 spaces just like other stitches, so I insert my hook into both loops of my chain 1 spaces and make a single crochet, just like this. And continue joining your stitches together. When I reached the middle part of my motifs, I skipped those chain 2 spaces of both parts and then made a single crochet into the next double crochet. And it was just for the middle part. For the edges, the chain 2 spaces in the edges, I make one single crochet as usual. And continue joining them with single crochet until you finish all those 3 sides. And for this middle part, I skipped these chain 2 spaces in both motifs. It means the last stitch in this motif is the 3rd double crochet in the first motif, and the next stitch is the first double crochet of the next motif. And make one single crochet into the last chain 2 space. After making the last single crochet, I don't cut the yarn because I want to make the edge for these sides here and the back part all the way around. So I make one single crochet into every stitch containing these chain 1 spaces all the way until I reach this first stitch that I joined my motifs together. So I reached this part, I make one slip stitch into the first single crochet that I joined my 2 motifs together, and then into the next double crochet and into every stitch to reach the end. At the end, make a slip stitch into the first single crochet. If it's the size you wanted, you can chain 1 and cut the yarn or continue making more rows. I want to make 2 more rows, so make one single crochet into every stitch all the way around. So chain 1 and turn your work and make single crochet into every stitch all the way around, and at the end make a slip stitch and do it again and again until you reach the size you want. So I made 3 rows in total. I don't make a slip stitch and cut the yarn and then pull it out, thread my needle, insert my needle from the back side of the first stitch that I wanted to make a slip stitch in, pull it out, and insert my needle into the back loop of my last single crochet, like this. And then secure and hide the tail at the back of your work. I insert my needle like this and make a knot to make it secure, like this, and then hide your tail back and forth. Make sure that it's secure enough and then cut the tail and hide the other tails at the back of your work, back and forth. Back and forth, back and forth. I hid all the tails and you can see we can make a very beautiful phone case with our leftover yarns. And this is how it looks like. Hope you like this tutorial, and if you like it, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and write your comments down below. See you next tutorials. Bye!